It'll just be me. I'll pull it up.
Who knows what could happen? Oh, I think I should have added you as a moderator on Twitch to do that too, if I was going to do that. But
what's that?
Welcome everyone. We're live. We're doing things and stuff and all that, and yeah.
Stuff and things.
Stuff and the things and the things and the stuffs. Yeah. All right. Well, welcome back to tonight's funeral of the fallen hero of Vash. Dearly beloved, we have gathered here today. Oh wait, sorry Vash, let me change your profile picture. There you go. Is that better? That lines up with it on there. So now you're in the crate too on there. You're muted on Zoom. We can't hear you.
No,
trash talking.
I'm looking. I'm just like, yep, that checks out.
You're like, no, I'm gonna trash talk you no matter what. All right, rip. All right. Well, let's hop into the recap from last week and remember all the fun things that happened. Change the music here. I got to put on the sad music so we read this. At the heart of a city where the ordinary meets the extraordinary, our story continues to unfold, wrapped in a web of intrigue and dark contentions. Vash, a character navigating the thin veil between visibility and obscurity and awkwardness and social abilities, not really, commenced his routine with a trek to the formidable One World Trade Center, guided and followed by Valerie, his superior, with whom he shared a complex history marked by unvoiced sentiments. He traversed the corridors echoing with power and secrets of the unseen. His path led to a charged encounter with Dick Strongthorn, a man feared yet revered, setting the stage for a confrontation steeped in long-buried grievances and covert agendas. Their meeting was fraught with tension, an undercurrents of unspoken emotions, and Dick's concealed emotions for Laius added layers to the conversation. Despite Vash's astuteness in reading the emotional turmoil beneath Dick's facade, the dialogue took a turn towards the professional implication of Vash's recent disappearance. However, a slip in Vash's honesty shifted the dynamics, turning their professional standoff into an emotional, intense confrontation. Feeling betrayed by Vash's lack of candor, Dick's resolve hardened, leading to a pivotal moment where professional disappointment intertwined with personal betrayal. This culmination of emotions pushed Dick to a drastic decision, terminating Vash's employment and, in a shocking twist, opting to erase Vash from existence entirely by stabbing him in the back. Later that evening, King Gizzard blended seamlessly with the city's populace, embarking on a quest for truth upon realizing Vash's absence from the office. His discovery of Vash's body, concealed in a crate behind their workplace, ignited a flame of vengeance within him. Gathering Frankie, Coley, and Amber at Wohop, they unified in their sorrow and determination. Together, they ventured on a daring mission to reclaim Vash's body, leading them to their new hideout where they sought Todd's assistance, only to witness his transformation into Bobby Knocker. This revelation forced them to face the complexities of their emotions and the tangled web of powers and alliances that enveloped their existence. Will Bobby Knocker be able to bring their friend back to life? Can they unearth justice for Vash, or will their journey plunge them further into darkness? Will this be the end of the back alley brawlers? Will Frankie have a conversation with Ma about her heritage? Only we will find out tonight on... We're back. All right. The four of you, King Gizzard, Coley, Amber, and Frankie, stand in a dimly lit room, the air heavy with a mix of rage and the metallic tang of oil. Before you lies Vash's dead lifeless body. Sprawled across a stainless steel table, his once vibrant eyes are now dull and vacant. The flickering lights above cast eerie shadows on the walls, revealing the somber expressions of your companions as they gather around, their faces etched with a mixture of grief and determination. The room still echoes with Bobby's last words. What the fuck have you gotten yourselves into? It's as if the very bricks of the walls themselves mourn your falling friend. What do you want to do next?
What do you mean, what have we gotten ourselves into? It's pretty fucking apparent, looking at the table, Bobby, what we've gotten ourselves into. We need to know more. You know more. Tell us what's going on. Tell us what you know about Dick Stronghorn. I need to know everything.
Roll me an intimidation check. Man, right off the bat, King Gizzard going for it.
My bad. Well, that's not going to be good. 4.
Oh no.
I just picture that it like came out as just like a whine.
That's what you know.
Just the big old like heaving breaths trying to get something out of it. Bobby kind of looks at you, King Gizzard, and is just kind of puts his hand out, puts on your shoulder, and he goes, "Going to be all right, friend. We will take care of Dick in due time.
Due time.
Let's focus on your friend first. What are you guys wanting to do?"
Am I the only one who's still freaked out that Todd is Bobby?
Nope.
Todd? Bobby?
It's okay, Frankie.
I don't know how much more I can handle today. Gizzard screamed at me. Vash, I carried him on the subway in a box. And then who the fuck are you?
I'm Bobby Knocker. Bobby Knocker Knackle of the Knackles of the North.
Who else are you?
I can be pretty much anybody that I want to be at times. But
Who else are you that we know?
Todd.
Only Todd?
Roll me a insight check or a persuasion. Either which one do you want to do? Are you trying to just like get an actual answer from him or?
Yeah, I want an actual answer.
Okay. Roll me a persuasion check then.
Nat 1.
We're not doing this.
We are so sad. Like, we are completely unable to function because we are in mourning. I should have went for insight.
Yeah. The way all of you guys are talking right now is like how you feel like you're talking in your head, but in reality, you're all just like, but who are you, Todd?
Hey, we don't know that Frankie's doing that yet.
True.
Yeah, Frankie's probably. Wait, didn't I had inspiration from my oil joke? Can I?
Do you really, Amber?
Yeah, let's
want to waste inspiration on wine?
Yes,
No,
please,
you're right.
Please use your inspiration for that.
Thank you, Frankie. I'm not
Hang on,
thinking
'cause I
clearly.
haven't thought
Please use your inspiration to determine if the music in the elevator is live music or not. Like,
about it.
Too soon.
Bobby Knocker just looks at you and says, "There will be time for all these questions. But let's focus on your friend first. What do you guys want to do?"
Bring him back.
Do you understand he might not want to come back?
Bobby. He didn't got much of a fucking choice now, does he?
Everyone has a choice, my friend.
Well, Vash
Then
doesn't.
he should speak up.
The question I have to ask you is, next, if you want him back, and you understand he might not come back, what are you willing to sacrifice?
We've got a few diamonds.
That will be necessary and very helpful. But let me tell you a story. When I was young in my adventuring, I had a good friend, a paladin of Tyr, who I fought boldly beside until we ran into a lich. A little bitch lich is what we like to call her. Turned my friend into a pile of bones. Now, in your guys' case, it won't be this difficult. But me and my friends had to take his bones all the way to the footsteps of the god Tyr himself. We traveled across plains, we fought dragons, we fought gods. All to bring him back. And we were successful. Tyr granted our wish. But our friend had already experienced the other side and was not ready to come back. And so that's why I ask, are you willing to sacrifice with the knowledge that your friend might not come back?
Yes.
Yeah, we need to give him the opportunity to make that choice for himself, to do everything we can.
Okay.
And if he doesn't want to, I can help him go on his own terms.
I appreciate your vigor, all of you. With that being said, it will take time to prepare this spell. I will need a diamond worth at least 500 gold pieces. Anything else that you can bring to the table, whether a physical item, a act of sacrifice, a word, whatever you can bring to the table, has the potential to make this spell even more successful, as I will try to raise him from the dead. And so I need each one of you to think, what will you bring to the table? What are you willing to bring to help bring Vash back? And in that moment, we will see, 1, if the spell is successful, and then 2, if your friend is ready to return. Okay, so here's how this works. So Bobby's willing to cast a spell called Raise the Dead. And I like Matt Mercer's thing where death should take a little bit of work. It shouldn't be as easy. Rules is written on this spell is basically, got a diamond, he's back to life, yay! As long as his soul wants to. Which is fun, but I feel like this brings more weight to it. So, what this is Bobby, when you guys are all said and done, will have to roll higher than a DC of 10 to bring Vash back. If he's successful this time and Vash comes back, the next time we cast the spell, it goes to any kind of resurrection spell, whether it's Revivify, Raise Dead, Resurrection, the DC goes to 11. The next time, 12. 13. It just gets harder each time somebody dies. Now, each one of you has the chance to bring that DC down, since there's 4 of you, by 2 points. Okay? So, you will describe what you're bringing, whether it's like, you've got this diamond that will be consumed in this spell, I have this item that has this connection to Vash or whatever, I have these words, examples, whatever, I want to pray to a god, whatever it is you think of in this moment that you would want to bring to this, I will then decide what the DC is on that and skill check for you, and you will roll against that. And if it is successful, then that will bring the DC down. If you fail, it can bring the DC up by 1. So think through that. And each one of you guys will have to bring something. So who would like to go first? Don't make eye contact with me or I'll call you.
I will.
All right.
So I'm gonna I reach into my bag of holding and kind of rummage around a little bit, and I pull out this little ivory elephant. And it's just, small, kind of unremarkable, whatever. And I'm gonna bring it forward and I'll set it on the table. This is the very first item I ever collected after arriving here. And I've been holding on to it for this entire time in just as a remembrance of who I am and how I ended up here. But I'm willing to sacrifice this for Vash.
You saying that, and setting it down next to it, maybe even explaining that to Bobby. Bobby says thank you and kind of brings it over into it. I need you to, let's first ask this. Is that for real, Coley? What it is?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Just, I was want to be like, oh, are you trying to lie to a god maybe in this moment?
No.
JK.
I made this decision earlier.
Cool.
Wait, is Todd a god?
No. But not Todd, Bobby Knocker is going to be praying and reaching out to his god that he worships, which is Garl Glittergold. So with that, I will say you, I'm trying to think with this. I'm going to give you a chance to roll a perception check on that. I'm looking over here because I kind of know which one of yours are a little bit higher. And with that, your DC is an 8.
Okay, so I just need to roll above an 8.
Yeah, and you can use your
Okay.
perception with a modifier to it.
Okay. 16.
Perfect. So now the DC total to save Vash has gone from a 10 to an 8. Okay. Who wants to go next? You see Bobby as he takes this, and you just perceive in that moment that, like, just this feeling of, like, of an acceptance. That it's like your gift has been accepted by somebody, something that's out there.
I'll go. I will give up my home of Waterdeep and stay here.
Okay. So you're just kind of declaring like a vow, like...
Yeah, like I'm not going back home. I'm not going to try and go back home. Whatever we can do to bring Vash back.
All right. I will let you do perception as well for that. With a DC of 8.
Perception, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 11.
All right. So we're now down to a 6. So as you say that, like, you just kind of come up next to Bobby and basically make this vow to him. And you see in Bobby's eyes just kind of an acknowledgement and roll me an insight just for the heck of it on this too.
Nat 1.
Nat 1. You just see you perceive a sense of acknowledgement from Bobby, like this was a worthy offering. That's all you get out of that.
Thanks, Bobby.
Yeah, outside of doing your things, you guys are like, the dice are telling the story tonight. Like, you guys don't, you're all just
Pretty on
effed up.
par.
Yeah, just like, nope, we're screwed. All right, who's up next?
You want it, Casey? You want me to go?
Want you to go.
Thank you. All right. So, Gizzard takes a deep breath, puts his hands on the table, and kind of drops his head. Thinks about it for a second, and raises his head, looks at Bobby Knocker dead in the eyes, and says, "I can offer a memory. It's the same memory that Vash saved by sacrificing one of his own. And it's of my daughter's 3rd birthday. One of the happiest days of my life. And one of the things that keeps me going still to this day."
In a weird twist on this, I'm going to ask you to do me a survival check. Because you're surviving, trying to determine if you'll be able to survive after this. Bobby looks at you and says, "It's a noble thing. Your DC is 6.
It doesn't matter.
What'd you roll?
2-0.
Oh, 2-0?
20, sir.
Thank God.
You freaked all of us out. We're like, what the hell?
What a friggin' time to roll in that 20.
Dice tell the story. That's a worthy 2-0, Jon Snow. Okay. That's 2, down to 4. Bobby just looks at you and says, "You understand, whether he comes back or not, that memory will be gone, right?"
I'm well aware. And I'm also well aware that the memory, when he comes back, that he sacrificed is also still gone. He made a sacrifice for me. This sacrifice I make for him. Or her, whichever. Them. That word.
Sounds good. Say we've never asked gender for Vash, but we've all just gone Vash. All right, Frankie, you're up.
So at this point, I'm just gonna turn and walk away from Bobby, and I'm gonna grab one of the t-shirts that we had thrown around in the room and pick it up, and I'm just gonna go over it. I'm just gonna start gently.
One of the dare to not do drugs shirts.
Yeah, one of those ones. And I'm just gonna go over and I'm just gonna wipe any of the oil off of Vash, and just look at him and go, "I know it's a long shot, but can you find your way to come back to us? If there's any chance at all, please come back to us. We need our friend. We need you here with us."
Roll me a persuasion. You gotta beat an 8.
$12.
Okay. So each one of you with 2 off. So we're down to, that's a total of 8. So the DC check is going to be a 2. So as long as I don't roll a nat 1.
You better not.
You don't know how fucking scared I am right now.
I might come through this,
it will
this
be a
computer in this
mutiny.
line.
All right.
We might have
we
words
went through everybody's dice rolls, and it all turns out to be what Greg has to roll. I love this.
Well, it's Bobby Knocker that's casting the spell, right? If it was any of you guys casting the spell, I'd have you roll it. I will to let you guys make the decision of which dice I roll. I have 3 here. I have my pretty sparkly, this one, like a teal one. It's all sparkly. I have my black and gold one that says "fuck me" or "fuck you."
Nope, that's it.
Just in case. I also have the super sparkly, cute one here too.
It's too high. We can't see it.
Oh, I forgot you guys are on the other camera.
I'm just gonna let it happen.
Sorry.
Bet all those yours we have right now saw those.
Which is the heaviest?
This one is. It's like, I think it's actually like a stone.
I think
That one.
One.
That one.
Okay.
It also matches Vash, so you know.
Yes.
This is scary as shit. I don't want to roll.
No pressure.
Don't kill my friend a second time.
If I don't bring him back, I can't kill him again. So that's why I'm so scared. All right. I'm not gonna. I was gonna take a picture, but I realized that my phone doing something else. You see Bobby as he sits there, and as Frankie, you're standing over, wiping the oil off of Vash. You see him put his hands around this diamond, and it begins to glow brighter and brighter and brighter. And you just see him talking silently to this as he does this incantation. And time goes on. It's about 5 minutes. And 10, 15, 30 minutes. And Bobby's still just concentrating. 45 minutes. You guys are looking at the clock like, at a certain point, it's almost like disbelief. Like, come on, man. Like, call it. And Bobby is just sitting there and still praying intensely, focusing on this diamond as it glows and glows and glows. And at about an hour mark, you guys see all this diamond disappears. And you see Bobby looks up. He goes, "Are you with us, Vash?"
The Ouija board? Jesus. Once the diamond basically disperses, you see you hear whirring. You see lights start coming in his eyes, and you hear the Windows theme go, "Bwah." And
Incredible.
Vash just slowly, without doing anything, just slowly sits up and just kind of looks around. My daughter next to me just went, "Oh." And she's watching the stream.
Amber's just gonna run over and hug Vash and say nothing. Just run over and hug Vash.
Hi, Amber.
Welcome back.
Where did I go? Wait, hold on. I wasn't here. So what happened?
We're hoping you can tell us.
Well, I went to work, and then my boss came and picked me up, and then she took me up to. Oh no,
Vash, buddy, hold up.
Oh, yep.
I'm so happy to see you again. I'm so glad you're back.
Oh, thanks.
Well,
great.
I'm gonna need details. I need you. Don't say your boss, please. I need you to give me names.
Oh, yeah. So, oh god, what was her name? Hold on, I have it in my notes. Valerie. Yep.
Also, just a note, GM, we didn't give you a diamond, so it sounds like Bobby Knocker used his own diamond.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw that out there. Don't try and take that out of our stash. No one gave you a diamond.
It was like, listen, don't take our money. You used your own. Nobody told you had to use your own.
You see Bobby look at you and goes, "Game respects game."
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Sorry, just had to make sure we do
Just to
that.
be clear, you can't have our money. Okay. So then Vash recounts going to work, sitting there minding his business, Valerie coming to get him, taking him upstairs, the what we figured out was live elevator music all the way up, and then all the way to the scene of where he walks into Dick Strongthorn's office. And then he recites what Dick told him regarding that, he knows where I've been. He knows what I've been doing. And then he just pauses for a second. And he kind of looks up and he goes, I was fired.
Oh, buddy, you were more than that.
And then I remember metal scraping on metal, and then the floor, and then everything went dark, kind of like when you turn an old CRT off. And then I woke up here.
Do you want to be here?
Is that an option? Where else would I go?
GM, I have a question real quick. Yes, we just revived him, but like, is he still like dying, or like does he need hit points?
As you look at Vash, yeah, he's ragged. He's still coughing like oil out of his mouth every now and then. The wound on the back of his neck is gone. But he is definitely sitting there like you see him kind of like Amber, you like hugged him, he's leaning into you. He's having a little bit of trouble like sitting up on his own, like he's tired. Mechanic wise, yeah, Vash is at 1 hit point, and actually he has, since Bobby only has raise the dead, he doesn't have like true resurrection. Bobby's only able to bring him back, where Vash for the next 4 days will be at -4 on everything that he rolls. So each day it goes, so each long rest it goes to, he gains 1 back, so then it'll be like -3, -2, -1, and then he's back to normal. So he's not like a right back to normal kind of a thing.
So I'm gonna start by going over and I'm gonna hug Bobby Knocker. Just quietly. Just hug him. And I'm not gonna say anything at all. And I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna touch Vash. And I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at a 2nd level.
Okay.
So then 8, 4. So you're gonna get 18 health back. And then I'm gonna look at Vash and go, sorry you lost your job, but you have a new job now.
What's that?
And I'm just gonna look at King Gizzard.
So, after you were fired, it sounds 100% like whoever fired you killed you.
That was probably Dick.
Was there anybody else in the room with you at that point in time?
Oh, Valerie, yeah.
Valerie Ann?
That's it.
Okay. Where was Valerie when it happened?
Oh, well, she was sitting next to me. She was the one that told him everything that had happened.
Where was Dick when the lights went out?
I know that he got up and I think he went behind me. But that's all I can remember.
Then I'm going to deduce that we can 100% say at this point, Dick's the one that killed you.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Coward.
Then,
Couldn't even do it to your face.
Then Dick's the one who needs to die.
So you want to go back in there?
Not without a plan.
Yeah, because, I don't have a badge anymore. So I can't just go in there.
I want to do more than go in there. I turned to Bobby Knocker. And, Bobby, I need to know everything you know about that motherfucker Dick.
Roll me an intimidation check again.
One really
I'm
says
really
it.
hoping that like the snot has cleared from your face at this point now.
Let me rephrase. Yeah, no, just never mind. Stay.
It's a 10.
Huh?
It's a 10. It's a 10. So slightly better.
You see Bobby, standing there, and everybody roll me an insight check.
23.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
12.
8.
Wow. Well, actually, 6 or 12. I don't know.
Coley, I think you rolled a 12 and Vash, you rolled a
Thank you.
16.
Okay. 12.
You see, as you guys, because Bobby's been kind of standing off to the side, he gave you guys your chance to come in around, and as you turn to say that to him, and the rest of you guys kind of turn, so you see that he's wiping a few tears from his eyes at the moment, kind of pulling himself together, and you just hear him say like, anything I can do to help. He's had this coming for a while, I imagine. Now, what I need you to know is if you're starting war against the unseen. And the city has seen peace for quite a few years now, but there's been tension. You might set off not just a war with the unseen, but a chain of events that could lead to the entire destruction of the city. Are you okay with that?
Don't I look okay with that?
More of a general question for the group. I'm getting the cut of your jib, King Gizzard. And by the way, I'm okay with it too. I might have some allies that we can reach out to. I imagine you might have some allies you could reach out to as well. But what I can tell you about Dick is he's been here almost the longest of everybody. There's only a few that have been here longer than even him.
And it sounds like it's exactly time for him to go.
What I will tell you this is while everybody else in the city seems to be vying for power in the city itself, he went a different route. Now, while he is trapped here, like the rest of us, he understands there is a bigger world out there, and therefore he has been trying to amass as much power through as much wealth as he can. And that's why he's mainly taken the territory of the financial district, probably the smallest of all the areas and territories land-wise in New York City. But probably he is the most powerful of all of us and what he could bring in and what could do for us. But what I can tell you from experience, not here, but in other places, even the most powerful can die. With the right plan, the right people. So, I know some about Dick, but I don't know the most.
Who knows the most?
That would be Laius.
Laius? How does he know Dick?
They both came here at the same time.
So they go back, way back?
Go way, way back. They go back even before here to Faerun from pieces of stories and rumors and myths that I've pieced together, they were banished here, like most of us. And therefore, I don't know their history pre to here. But I know once they got here, they were friends for a long time. Some say more. Till the Dutch showed up. Around that same time, something happened between the two of them. And I don't know if they've talked since.
The Dutch?
Yeah. I forget King Gizzard, you're from Faerun. The Dutch were the original people that came to this island and started settling on it. Well, colonizing it, put it that way. But when that happened, Dick went the way of civilization, and colonization, and amassing his power that way, while Laius did his best to keep as much of wilderness and life here possible. Now, you've experienced Laius. His theory is if you wait long enough, things always work out. So he's just waiting out. He believes that eventually all the civilization will die off on this island. He just has to wait it out, and being an elf with extremely long life, he's got the time to do it. But beyond that, Laius would know most about Dick Strongthorn as far as a person is concerned, and what he's capable of. Now, knowing what the unseen are capable of, that's going to be a little bit more trickier. They keep to themselves. They keep things hidden. The last person I was able to get in there was my friend Todd.
You mean you?
I mean Todd. Until they caught him. And he met the same demise as Vash. But, as you saw with Vash, they don't publicly declare who they kill or don't kill or what they do. Todd had lots of connections around town, and I decided it was nice to keep those connections. So that's why I've been playing both sides of the table with Todd. It's also why I don't talk when I'm Todd, because people recognize Todd's voice. So I made up a story about Todd basically being a traitor to me, and made it the fact of if Todd wanted to stay in my good graces, he would never talk again. So that way he could never, let my secrets out again. It worked. I've kept doing that ever since.
So then what did you try against the unseen after they killed Todd?
I've been trying. But problem is, at that time, I didn't have the power that I do now. I didn't have the territory that I do now. It wasn't until Aurora showed up and caused all of her problems. I don't think have you guys met Aurora yet? Coley, you know who Aurora is. Yeah. So Aurora, Bobby goes, Aurora, let's just put it this way. One day a gold dragon decided to show up and show its power and show its fidelity to bring truth and honor to this small island of banished misfits. It caused mass destruction. And in its wake, I saw my opportunity, and that's whenever I took most of the territory that I do now. So until then, I didn't really have much. So honestly, So I'd like to help you. This is my opportunity to get back for Todd as well.
Okay.
But as far as how many unseen there are, what that building looks like on the inside, your friend Vash here probably have the best opportunity. Vash, roll me a history check.
Twenty.
Damn.
I rolled a 24.
Damn. When Bobby was talking about Todd getting caught by the unseen, you remember back to working there, and you were actually the one that had caught and turned in Todd. You had not really ever made that connection until that moment right now, that it was like, oh yeah, I remember that I caught that dwarf with a cowboy hat one day. He was digging in some files on one of the computers, and whenever I was doing an IT search, it popped up that he was in places he wasn't supposed to, so I turned that over to Valerie. You know, there's nothing big about that, so now you know why Bobby pretty much hated you.
Doesn't say a damn thing.
Oh my god, he's
such a Vash thing to do. But yeah. So Bobby says, I mean, I can work some angles, but honestly, you guys have made interesting connections that I have not. Whenever you're in a place like I am, being a leader of a faction, it's hard to get in and talk with other leaders of factions and get across those boundaries. You guys have been weaving in and out of this entire city, making connections this entire time. I'm very impressed with. So you guys probably have more connections than I do to possibly make some of that information. But who knows what I can do.
I think we start with Laius. He's known him the longest.
And while you guys do that, I will try to put out my feelers to see what else I can find out. Like I said,
Who else? What other factions do you think we would have on our side?
All of them.
He says, well, the Shenu with Laius, that'll be a tricky one, I imagine, because for some reason I've never seen them do anything against the unseen, and I've never seen the unseen do anything against them. So I don't know what you may or may not run into there. Outside of that, you have the Council of Nine and Aurora. She is always looking for justice and honor and righteousness. You can play those things against her. You've got a chance there. The Gut Rackers, your family. So you always have a chance to work the family angle. And Subterra with the Underfolk and Ilvara.
I don't know if they're coming up with us.
Yeah, they like to stick to themselves down there. Other than that, you do have the Shadowvar. You might not be able to necessarily make them your allies, but you could make them the enemy of your enemy. There's always ways around that. And like I said, you've got the black hats on your side now.
Do we know who the leader of the Gut Rackers is?
You don't, but you do have your connection.
Okay.
Which I'm forgetting their name right now. Clarg.
Yeah.
Which, of course, of all the images I forgot to get set up for, I forgot to put him on there with his beautiful wafted hair back in the leather jacket. That.
So after taking all this in and thinking about it for a second, Gizzard just says, I don't know as if I'm ready for action quite yet.
Whatever we do, we clearly have to have planned.
Well, I want to hurt him. I want to hurt him in every possible way we could possibly think of. If he's got family, I'm going after him. If he's got, like, I want every bit of this guy's life turned upside down. So I will take as much time as I need personally to get as much information as I can get to make sure this guy's life is a living hell.
I'm in.
Let's go. Or let's plan. Let's not go.
Let's go plan to go attack.
Y'all.
So I think we need to consider, we also have, I'm saying that we need to plan in conjunction with our other plans, because we still need to get the book from Dick Strongthorn's building. So we need to come up with some plan to get in there to get it, but also set off a chain of events. We're pulling a heist, basically, to start slowly or quickly stripping him of all the things he values. So probably we need to find out what he values the most first, but also keep in mind we have some timelines that we do have to meet, or at least like keep track of updates to what's her name in the underworld.
Vash, buddy.
Yep.
When you were last in your former place of employment,
Yeah.
Did you see the book?
I did.
Where was it? Was it in his office?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Is in the lobby.
The main lobby?
Well, I say main lobby, not like downstairs lobby. Remember, he owns the top.
The lobby to his office.
No. So he owns the top five floors of One World Trade Center.
Right.
So when you get off the elevator, it's on the bottom floor. And then you go, like, if you go into the main lobby at the bottom, you take an elevator up, you get off there, you come in. And then there's this huge lobby that's, you know, marble floors, mahogany walls, all that kind of stuff. And in the middle of it is like this pillared platform, like glassed in room that basically houses all his most precious of artifacts. It's this, like, you're coming into the unseen offices in a sense. It's like, let me show you how powerful I am. These are all the things I have and I own. It's that first experience of him. And it has like these two staircases that like come up and around to the top of it. And you saw in the middle of there is like a stone podium with a book open on top of it. And you were like, that's got to be it from what you can tell of it.
I had Dick's office was where all that stuff was. All my notes were about it. So I didn't have, it was in the lobby to Dick's office.
Yeah,
so now
that was the lobby, because then after that, because Valerie walked around it.
Right.
To the back, to another set of elevators, to a special elevator that then took you straight up to Dick Strongthorn's office. And that was the one that it was like, oh, that's his special private elevator in his 5-story or 5 floors of complex that then takes you up straight to his office that when you were on it, that's whenever you rolled your nat 20 to determine that the music you were hearing was not like a recording. It was he had a small band somewhere playing music.
Yeah.
Just for whenever he got onto the. It's like the Palace of Versailles with the fountains. Like they only turned it on whenever the king went out to walk in the gardens or he even looked out a window. All of a sudden, all the fountains would turn on.
Yeah.
And then the second he turned away, they all turn off. So like, yeah. There's like somebody's coming. Get your violin, you motherfucker. Yeah.
Get your violin.
Is Bobby still with us, or has
He's still there
left
for
yet?
now. He's not left.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yet. Until I feel like you guys are still lolling and walking through some of this stuff. So he'll answer a few more questions before he goes like, I gotta get going.
So before we go any further, and I'm saying this to all the characters in the group, to all of us, I need you guys to do me a favor. If at any point in this quest of vengeance, well, vengeance is a very strong word. It can mean very many things. I start crossing lines, I need you to pull me back.
What are the lines?
Oh, you'll see them.
I think we need to define those if we're going to be expected to uphold them.
Maybe your lines are different than my lines.
Oh,
I think we might all have different lines, and
Maybe we can discuss this after. If we have any other questions for Bobby, we ask them, so we're not wasting his time.
You just hear Bobby whisper to himself.
well, if we want to ask him things, we can go into it whenever you guys want and get into all the details. But Bobby, this goes for you too. If you see me doing anything that you might consider to be immoral in any way, fucking stop me.
Again, I feel like we should define what
I was
the...
gonna
and
say-
how do we stop you?
Do
You're
whatever you want to do.
a
Pull me
lot
back.
stronger than all of us,
Just
probably combined.
pull me back.
Okay.
I love Vash. Okay. Bobby just goes, I don't know. I'm pretty morally gray. But yeah, if I see it go all the way to the black side of things, I can stop you.
Thank you, sir.
Might not like it.
Might be necessary.
Do we have any other questions for Bobby while he's here?
I'll say Bobby looks at you guys and goes like, there's nothing else I can do for you guys. Let's catch up in a few days. You've got my number.
Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you, crap. Forgot what oh, you're not supposed to be in that. Were you still in your Lazarus deal?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were still Lazarus. He looks at you and goes, thank you, Coley. And then just winks at you. Grabs his hat off the table because he didn't have it on during all this. Puts it on, and then you just see him kind of tip it, and as he tips it, turns into a cowboy hat. You see Todd there with his beard, and you just see Todd turn around, walk out the door, and you hear him going through the warehouse. You hear the door kind of shut behind and click lock, and Todd and Bobby are out.
At this point, I'm going to go back over to Vash and like start just examining him and seeing like, is there anything that we can like help bend into place to like make him feel more comfortable or stop leaking oil or whatever. I'm just trying to patch you up, buddy.
Nope. Just Vash is just like this. You like torturing, just moving all of his body parts to see if there's anything. And he's just watching and just looking. I'm fine.
Let's say, Vash, give me a perception check.
Okay. 15.
Your favorite hoodie is pretty fucked up now, though.
Ah. Damn it. Okay. Vash is kind of like
There might be-
yeah.
There might be a new one in the crates for you, bud.
Oh yes, the crates.
It was such a great idea.
What's a good 1990s like hoodie? What would be
Oh no.
An Adidas jacket.
Or like
Yeah,
the Miami's Dolphins.
I was gonna say the
Oh.
Adidas corn
Yeah.
hoodie.
the
Nirvana t-shirt.
Charlotte hoodie, or the
Charlotte
Charlotte
hoodie.
Hornets,
Teal. Yep.
like the windbreaker.
Or the Looney Tunes.
Oh,
Look at you.
Looney
Tunes.
Just Taz.
Guys, I feel like our age is showing.
Why, God, why?
Darn.
I'm literally writing these down just so you're about to roll on this. I'm making my own quick table. And so we got just general Looney Tunes. I feel like Dare is another one. And huh?
Backstreet Boys.
Oh no, it was New Kids on the Block. We're doing a
There you go.
okay. Roll me a D6, Vash.
Shit.
Real good.
-4.
Roll whatever you want.
No, this is just a
Not a
straight
-4.
D6.
Oh,
This is not -4.
Good, because it was a 4.
Which is a.
Damn it. You go looking in one of the crates just to find a hoodie, and out you find this crate just full of black hoodies, and you're like, oh, perfect. And you pull it out, and it's another Dare to Not Do Drugs hoodie across the front of it.
Love it. Seems
Perfect.
apropos.
God, I need you to be wearing that when we go see Leas.
100%.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I was like, should I write this down? It feels no. Yeah, I'll write it down. Yep, that's what I got. The dice tell the story. So yeah, you've got a nice new Dare hoodie that you can wear.
All right. Okay. Cool.
All right.
I love it.
I think we're definitely gonna need to cook up some more stuff though to take to
Ooh.
the Fae.
Look up some more stuff. I
Oh.
love it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Okay. So, are you guys done for the night? As far as not us playing, but for your PCs, like calling it a.
Vash needs to rest. We're gonna give him a
Okay, we're
long
gonna take a
rest.
long
Here's the
rest.
Question: do we stay at the warehouse or do we go back so Vash can
See the
check on his
cats.
cats?
I would like to check on my cats, please.
Let's go see the cat.
Let's go see the cats.
No.
Yeah.
We are never leaving you
Okay.
alone again.
But Vash,
Right. It's
here's,
not
here's the
happening.
thing. Here's the thing. I mean, we can all escort you back. We will be respectful of staying out of your space if that's what you need. But you have to know and understand what we went through, knowing that you had left us and there was no one to take care of your cats, and we could not find where you lived to even be able to help take care of the cats. So
We were stressed.
think of the cats.
Think of the cats.
Think of the cats.
I mean, they'd probably be fine. My cleaning
Heaven,
ladies would probably
heaven
find them.
forbid something happened to you again. We want to make sure that you're okay and the cats are okay.
We can definitely set that up. I can set up some emergency procedures and get those written down for you guys. And that way you're ready to go in case of the emergency.
Vash, I'm not letting you out of my sight for the next 24 hours. You went to work and died.
You could have just used the key under the doormat.
But what doormat?
Which door?
Oh, the one with the Hello Kitty on the front.
That tracks. 100% tracks.
Well, that way, because all the doors look the same, so it's easier for me to tell my cleaning ladies to come in and say it's the one with the cat on the door.
Yep. Yep, it
You have-
does.
You have cleaning ladies that can see the cats, but you don't want us to see your cats?
Oh, the cats won't let them see them.
Got a point.
I'm not sure that they would let you see them, but we can try.
So then how would the cleaning ladies take care of the cats?
Oh, they just replace the food. They assume that they all go outside.
How would your cats go outside in New York City?
How big is your apartment that 37 cats can hide?
I think we just need to go there.
Vash, we have questions. We
Okay.
just brought you back from the dead.
Clearly.
Foley and Frankie, roll me a history check after King Gizzard said how big is your apartment?
Oh, God.
5.
Casey, what did you
No
roll?
pressure.
What'd you roll, Frankie?
Hey, babe, what'd you roll?
I'm too distracted by my rage and anger to remember a goddamn thing right now.
It was a
roll
one.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. Fair.
No.
You know nothing.
You know nothing, ladies know.
You're right.
Okay. Sending you something, Vash.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you have it and know it. Whenever we get
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So the 5 of you head out. Vash got a little bit of a limp to him, walking kind of slow, but you guys are able to move fairly decently through town as you make your way over to Wohop. And then Vash, are you taking them up to your apartment?
I don't think Vash has a choice.
Mm-mm.
I mean, where am I going to go? I can't go to work.
Uh-huh.
Okay, if that would make you all happy, I guess we can do that.
Elated, I think, is the word that describes how I would be feeling right now.
So as we're there, Vash goes to reach in his backpack to grab his keys and realizes that they're gone.
I'm gonna look at the under the floor mat where you just told me your spare key was.
Yeah.
Okay. Quick timeout.
Yeah.
Corey.
Uh-huh.
I need you to roll me a stealth check for your homunculi
Okay. Yep.
with advantage.
Yep. -4.
-4.
I'm gonna see some kitties.
First one's a 13.
Okay.
Might not see anything.
Second one is 17.
You ain't seeing anything.
It was a 21 -4.
Bullshit.
Okay.
Hey, question.
Where were those rolls last week when you were dying?
For real.
You're
Let's be
grounded.
clear. The
This is Garbo.
the homunculi are the most important thing in this campaign. I don't understand. My death means nothing. There are cats.
Yeah. Dice tell the story.
Yep.
All right, sir.
Okay.
Describe what your apartment looks like as you open up this door.
Okay, so Bash goes, takes the key, and there is Hello Kitty's face, like right where the eye hole is, like where you would see big old just Hello Kitty cartoon face. So Bash goes, opens the door, opens it up, and walks in. Inside his apartment, you see that it is multi-bedroomed. It's huge. It's big. And it is also very, very minimal, and it is pristine. Everything has a place. There is not a lot of anything. as a matter of fact. You will notice that there's there's a coffee table in the living room. There's a very simple gray couch, a very smooth, a very beautiful rug underneath. Nothing is colorful in this. Everything is dull. Everything is just grays and grays and blacks and whites. Very much basic, minimalist, whatever you would think of at this time in life. So, but you do note that there are also, in this pristine apartment, there are things that look out of place. Okay? So there is a coffee pot sitting in the middle of the where his kitchen is, over on his dining room. There's just a coffee pot that's just sitting there. He's got, hold on, let me pull up something really quick. Over, you see a computer desk where he's got all of his computer equipment. So he's got the monitor, he's got the lovely white gaming PC with like all the RGB stuff, but it's turned off. But sitting on there is the, what is it called? There's a plasma ball sitting there and it's on. You guys know what the plasma ball is, right? It's the black thing with like the when you touch it, like the lightning touches. Yep. So one of those is sitting there. It seems that there's some stuff, but it's not like he decorated. It's just random items around the house that looks like he's just picked up and collected, and that's it. That's the house.
So, question for clarification, just on this, to be a dickhead, I guess. So you said coffee pot.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just a pot, or is it the whole maker, the whole set?
It's just a pot. And this, you'll notice that it's a weird one. It's black all the way down. It looks like oozing, like has a pumpkin top, and it's oozing down, and it's got a little spigot. It's got a little bronze handle, and it's got 4 little tiny like legs on it, like you would just pick it up and pour it out.
Okay.
So, Corey, roll me a perception check as you walk into this room as well.
Yep. Woo. Oof. So 5.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
You kind of walk in, and are you letting everybody else come in with you?
I guess. I don't think I have a choice at this point. They're going to push me through if I don't.
So, Corey, I imagine Vash kind of just like, this is the place, you know,
Yep.
pointing
This
out
just
things.
walks in, takes his backpack off, puts it down, and goes, here, it's my apartment.
Everyone else, roll me a perception check real quick. So,
23.
Vash is, 23?
23.
18.
Okay.
Also, your TikTok live stopped.
I know, I restarted it. It said it went dead for inactivity, and I don't know why, but we're back. Okay. So, Vash, you know, you're still discombobulated a little bit as you're coming in here, so you're like, all right. Kind of does your quick cursory look around. The rest of you, as you're looking around this room, kind of checking things out, you're seeing the random items and stuff. Amber, you were there with Vash whenever he was trying to crack the computer, right? Back at the hideout. And you definitely, like, you know, Vash was telling you all about Windows XP and ME, and he's walking through all those things, and then he was giving you a full lesson, and he's like, this is a computer monitor, and this is a computer, and the CPU is actually for central processing unit, and he's going through all of his stuff on that.
Checks out.
You look over, and modern kind of displays that are there, like, you're like, wait, these look like picture frames that are kind of, like, tied together on the wall. But there's the computer at the hideout, it had a box that was next to it. And you look at this one and there's no box there. There's just wires kind of hanging out on the desk, not connected to anything.
Got it.
Frankie, you looking over, you realize there probably, like, you can see a little bit of a dust ring where there was a computer and the cables that are sitting there, and realize that.
Is this where you used to work from home, Vash? Did you?
Yeah. There was a time. Not so much anymore because Dick made it mandatory for us all to be in the office. Does anybody want anything to drink? I have lots of water.
Total dick move.
Where's your
Total dick
box?
move. My box?
The box that makes the stuff show up in the frame.
Oh, my computer.
Yeah. CPUs.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It looks like it got up and left.
Can it do that?
Not often. That's weird. Water? So he just opens up the refrigerator and pulls out a bottle of water. And you note that in his refrigerator is nothing but bottles of water. That's it.
That checks out.
Tracks.
Vash,
Mm-hmm.
I just had a thought.
Yeah.
Do you still have your work cell phone?
I go and rummage through my bag to see if I have it. DM, do I have it?
It's empty.
Oh, that's right. Oh no, I don't have anything. All my stuff is gone.
Because
Okay,
remember
that's okay.
before you walked in,
They dumped. The big guy dumped everything. Yeah.
well, he took it off you.
Yeah, I got nothing now.
And then when King Gizzard found you, it was
Empty backpack.
completely empty, just tossed on top of you.
That's
I
okay,
swear,
buddy.
I don't know how you got it back, but that's fine. We'll fix that loophole one day.
One day.
Yeah, so you don't have your phone,
I don't have anything.
you don't have your keys, you don't have anything that you had on you that was in your backpack, basically.
Well, shit.
So
I
Vash,
still have that phone that Vash gave me, so I'm just gonna give Vash that phone back.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
But it's been dead for a few
Yeah.
days because I didn't know about charging. So
I have a charger. I can put this on.
I hand it over. I think it's broken, but it might work.
No, I have a. So he goes over and like reaches in his junk drawer and pulls out a charger and plugs it in.
Dash, are you telling me that there's stuff missing from your apartment?
Yeah. Hard to tell exactly what's missing. Well, my work computer is definitely gone.
Vash,
All right.
I don't.
So, go ahead, Franks.
This is a really nice apartment.
Thank you.
I don't think it's safe here anymore, though.
Why not?
Well, they took your keys. They killed you.
Yeah.
Stuff is missing.
Yeah. It's probably not. I'm probably going to have to move. Or I have to go. I can just go stay at the hideout. It's probably safer there.
I'd be okay with that. The question is, what do you want to do with your cats?
Always comes back down to the cats.
I don't want to abandon them.
Well, I guess I can move them. That'll probably
can
be
help.
weird for them. Oh no, they, like I said, as you can tell, they're not really very social right now.
So, at this point, Gizzard's gonna take Liz off of his shoulder,
Oh no. Send the lizard in.
whisper, "Find them," and set him down on the floor.
If you build it, they will come. Give me an animal handling check, King Gizzard,
Perfect. I'm good at that.
versus your not sleight of hand, stealth bash.
Mhm.
What'd you get?
Hey, buddy.
No.
No.
So stealth checks have disadvantage, number one. So I have disadvantage on stealth, plus I got -4. My first roll was a 7, and +2, so I got 9. So -4 is 5. With disadvantage, I rolled 1 +2, which gave me 3. -4 is -1.
Dirty 20.
Oh, come on.
I got a +6 to animal handling anyway.
Let the cats be.
Vash, I'm guessing from what you're saying, like your homunculi pretend to be objects.
Yes.
Okay. So
You have them all. You have the pictures of them.
I know. I have to go back and get them. I was not prepped for me to do show and tell of all your animals.
Would you? I can really quick. It's really easy. I can wake them all up like that.
Actually, well, crap. Let me think. Well, I'm trying to think how I can do it so I can show it on the stream too as well. You can share it to them in the Discord, and I'll share it here.
Yes, I will do that.
I'm trying to open in browser.
Are you all ready for this?
Oh wait, can I do that? Wait.
No.
So ready. I'm so ready for this.
Yes, I can show it on the stream.
Can you?
Yeah. Well, you show it on yours. I'll share it on my screen.
All right, hold on. I want to see how you're doing this. Okay, cool.
Maybe.
Okay.
It's supposed to be.
Because we got to let the people.
Why is it not sharing that?
Okay.
Okay, share screen. Come down here. Chrome.
Boom.
Wait, that's presenter view.
All right, cats incoming. Okay, so
off this back on it,
let's do some of the objects. So this is one. So you actually would see the Tesla ball.
There we go.
Basically roll over and become a spider, and its base is the ball, and its actual body is broken out to be a walking spider, and it just gets up and starts walking, and it starts crawling.
That is terrifying.
Yeah, no, I didn't say. Listen, I didn't say any of them were cute.
There we go. There's the spider one for everyone else that you're mentioning.
If you look around, you will see, I stated there was a coffee pot.
Yep.
You'll also notice there were a couple random items sitting on like bookshelves, a little metallic ball. You would see my coffee pot, and you would see also two separate pots. One pot that has 4 feet underneath it, just kind of gets up, and it looks like almost noses all the way around it. So it kind of just starts walking around, like trying to get away from the scurrying lizard that's walking all over Vash's floor. You'll see a coffee pot that literally just there's 2 of them. There's one that's sitting on the backsplash that literally just gets up, arms come out, its nose, it's got little eyes on it, and it just kind of flies up, goes to the refrigerator, opens it up, grabs a bottle of water, closes it, sits down, and starts pouring it in its head. You see the crock pot, the little pot that's sitting, the teapot / coffee kettle. You'll notice that it's got 4 little feet, and a little bronze back, and it looks like a shaggy dog almost. And it just starts kind of like slowly crawling across the table. If you look up, you'll notice there's a couple hooks out of the ceiling. One of them actually gets up and starts flying around. It's a bat. So it just kind of starts doing circles. There's 1 or 2 of those flying around. Both of them look a little bit different, but fairly same make and design. And then they actually end up going over into where you'll see like in the corner, there's like a lovely potted plant. Thinking it's the plant, it's not. But out of the plant comes a small little bird. And the bird kind of jumps up, and he's this little metallic thing, very much like Crawl, like just like how the owl is in Crawl. It's just one of those, but it's like a little tiny bird, and it starts tweeting like it just woke up. You notice a couple candelabras that are just sitting around the area, and one of them actually gets up and is almost in the shape of a man. So think very much Lemure from Beauty and the Beast. Just not as goofy looking, like mostly flame for the head, and then he's just kind of like. So you notice that all of these have like a theme. Like Vash watches apparently a lot of media, and he's been creating these things based off of things that he's seen in the past. There is a wind-up frog that comes out of one of the rooms.
Frog.
Yeah, and there's the frog. That's a small one. I don't have a good picture of that one. And and that one comes out. You'll also notice.
Oh God.
That there's one more thing. There's 2 more things. There's actually what you'll notice on the walls is that there are small picture frames, and each of them have little designs on them. And they look like creatures, right? But they just look like artistic stuff. So you see stuff like this, right? So you see this almost metallic armadillo thing. And Vash just kind of looks around and he's like, yeah, that's them. So, and you just have this now large group of homunculi of random objects moving around the house, trying to figure out, do they go back in place? How do they get the hell away from this lizard? Do I get on top of something? How fast can he get to me? And then kind of everybody just trying to go back into their stationary spots once they see like there's more people in the building.
And yeah, in my mind, the lizard is also running around to when it gets to each one, it kind of does like the pointing dog thing.
Yeah, exactly. This one. Yeah. So these are a lot of the homunculi that I have. So
Frankie is 100% looking just in awe, and immediately tries to get like one of them to come over to her. Immediately.
Do an animal handling check for me. Corey, how? I mean, I don't know your homunculi too much. Like, how much? Like, they've only had interactions with you ever? Like,
yeah.
How
absolutely.
friendly are they?
They are pretty docile because they live in an apartment all day and are lazy bums. They can be friendly. They don't. A couple of them would be less than friendly. I would suggest the ones that look more aggressive,
like Candleman,
like the spider.
Yeah.
Probably don't want to mess with that one. The furry ones probably would be fine.
Which one are you trying to get to come over, Frankie?
It's like I can pick whichever one I want.
All of them. But probably most likely it's probably gonna be like the bird that's all like tweeting.
That works.
I want my Disney princess moment.
Okay.
With a metallic bird.
Yeah.
Okay,
animal handling. We're gonna say with a bird. I'll roll on its side to see what it is. It's gonna be a 16.
I rolled a 17. I have a +9 to animal handling.
You're like, I know we're gonna be in New York City. I need to handle all the animals if there's ever one. No matter what, I put it all into that. So, so you can see this bird is kind of flying around as the lizard is chasing after it. And yeah, you're able to, at a certain point, you just kind of put out your finger and you're like, oh, give me a performance check. Let's see how good your whistle is. Do you have your Snow White Disney moment of whistling perfectly?
21.
You guys all sudden, like, Frankie just starts whistling a little tune to this bird, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, you know that one person that's like, just like, you know, they're talented at like singing and stuff, but then it's like they also like do something else. It's like, oh, a guitar. Haven't played this in a while. And then they just like roll out a jam. That's Frankie suddenly with whistling, like putting Andy Griffith to shame in the moment as she just puts out this entire whistle song, and the bird just flaps over and lands perfectly on your finger.
Nice.
You said something about us showing our age, and he just went with Andy Griffith.
I know, 100%.
Done. Nicely done.
It's to confuse and befuddle all the youngins.
You're doing a fine job.
So yeah, you have the bird on your finger. So
these are amazing, and I'm just gonna like talk to the bird and tell it what a cute little sweet birdie it is.
Yeah, a lot of them I've been trying to perfect them. These are the better ones. I have some that aren't so great, so that's why. Yeah. So we'll see.
I am sure they are all lovely, Vash.
No. My first couple ones, not so great. Not so. I need a lot of practice. They stay in the rooms mostly and sleep because they're not really built for being out. So
what do they need to survive?
Oh, nothing really. Just the bottles of water.
They run on water.
Yeah, they just water themselves when they need to. Or the cleaning ladies usually will come out and they'll put out dishes of water, and that'll usually take care of it. And then, they're good. They don't really need much. So Miss Molly that you're holding right now, she doesn't really need much of anything. Everything she needs is in the plant. So
Her name is Miss Molly.
we talked about that. That's Miss Molly. That's Captain Kuro. That's Mr. Mittens. We talked about that. We had this conversation. No, don't remember.
I have not.
Oh yeah, we did. We talked about the cats, and you guys want to know the names. And then we also have the rabbits, but the rabbits aren't around. I don't know where the rabbits are. We have the two. I have the two rabbits. We talked about this. I promise.
Do you want to maybe do a quick head count and make sure that all of them are here?
Yeah, sure. Cool. So Vash just starts walking around and starts walking in and out of rooms and closing doors behind him, and just like 30. It's 32 plus the other 3, and then the 2 rabbits. Yep, that's all of them.
Okay. So how do you want to transport them? Because I'm assuming if you're leaving this apartment, you don't want to abandon them.
Yeah.
Right.
Vash, roll me a perception check with advantage. This -4 is killing me, though.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I don't want to play anymore. I'm done.
I said with advantage, not disadvantage.
That was with advantage.
With advantage.
A 3, and I got a 12 and a 6.
Couldn't you guys just left me dead?
My God.
Okay.
I told you we didn't need to go see the cats.
Trust me, you just didn't need to roll kind of low on that one.
Oh, good.
Good job. You notice that Amber's phone has lit up. It's been charged now.
Oh, cool.
And with that, you know that, hey, you could probably use her phone to access your camera's footage.
Ooh, I have technology. Allow me to participate.
I was going to ask that. I was going to look for cameras and such.
I was going to ask, and I'm like, no, it's Vash. He's probably got cameras all over the place that are hidden. So, yes, you could easily access your files to see that through her phone.
I'm on the Wi-Fi. We're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Checking. All right. We're good. Do I, so I start looking through the phone, and Vash kind of looks up and he goes, oh, to move them. I'm sorry. I just saw your phone light up, so I wanted to see if I could just check the footage and see what happened to my computer. Most of them will be fine. If you just want to grab one of those moving boxes and just put them in that would be fine. So it's just typing away.
Do they all get along?
I mean, they don't really have a choice when they're in the box.
What
How
about
often do you put them in the box?
Whenever I need, or if I gotta go somewhere, or if I gotta take them. I mean, they do need some maintenance sometimes, so I do have to bring them to certain stores to see if I have to get replacement parts. Because like sometimes, like this one, so the captain pretty much dropped his handle because he fell off the counter, so I had to go get a replacement one. And sometimes I have to take him in for a fitting because I can't just buy something and hope it's gonna fit. When really I want to make sure that they're gonna be comfortable with it. I don't want to give them something they don't need. So, but yeah, they're fine as long as they're in the moving boxes. And you literally see like 3 or 4 U-Haul moving boxes just pressed against the wall, just sitting there, flat, folded together.
what about the fire one?
The candle. He gets very angry because you got to blow him out, but he gets over it after a little while. He actually thinks it's quite comfortable because I try to put the tissue paper underneath him and he just can lay there and he's fine.
So they need to be wrapped.
I don't understand. Have you guys never moved houses before?
Yeah, but we don't wrap our pets and put them in boxes.
What do you do with your stuff?
I've never moved.
Well, they're very fragile,
happening.
so I don't want them to break. So I would put them in the stuffing stuff. I'm not sure I understand.
I get what you're saying, but you've always called them cats.
Well, they are my cats. Well, how do you define a cat?
It's a cat.
Small mammal.
Mm-hmm.
These are not mammals.
They're not, but they're very similar.
Some similarities.
Just how very similar I am to a human.
Bash, I have questions.
Every session,
Wow.
at least a good 20 minutes on
Every
the
time.
cats and homunculi.
God, while this is happening, Vash is going through the footage and listening to them talk about the cats and ask questions.
Yeah, you're as you're doing this, and I'm gonna count this as a ritual cast kind of situation. Like you're able to, you're taking your time. It might take a little while, but you do. At a certain point, you see, because you have yours on a kind of a loop thing, where it's always recording no matter what. Like you don't trust the fact of like, because with magic and you know, like you want to catch movement. Like if you did it movement based, it's only off of creatures that are warm blooded, and your homunculi, some are, some aren't. So you need to see what they do if they didn't, and if somebody come in. So eventually you scroll through, and about, I'd say probably a good 6 hours ago. So probably about 3 hours. Well, no, I'll say probably about a good 2-3 hours after you were killed. You see Valerie walk into on the video, walk in a video that's like a thumbnail of Valerie in your apartment.
I've watched that video.
Okay. So you guys, as he's talking, you hear him hit play, and so he's kind of talking. You hear him stop talking, and the video starts playing. And you guys on there, you hear these kind of keys jingle. It opens up, and Valerie walks into the apartment room, and you see her shut the door behind her, and she kind of looks around, kind of checking it out. You see her different kind of angles are following her as she goes through, and you see her go into the kitchen and look around. You see her opening up a few of the doors, and then you hear her say over there, she goes, "Doesn't even have any fucking cats."
Nice.
What the fuck? And then you see her walk over to the computer, pissed off, and rip the cables out of the back of it, grab it, walk over to the door. She takes the keys and just kind of throws them on the couch, and you see him fall down into one of the cushions, and you see her lock the door, walk out, and shut it behind her. And as she's walking out, you can see she kind of has her hands, she has gloves on and stuff, so she wasn't leaving any fingerprints or anything behind as she just kind of heads out.
Vash pauses the video right there, sets it down, walks over to the couch, and starts digging for his keys.
You find them. They're like right between the cushions.
Oh, good. These will be helpful. I think you're right. We probably need to move.
Okay. I'm just whistling to all of the homunculuses to try to get them to come to me to start wrapping them and start packing them up.
I'm letting your animal handling still rock on this. So you're each one of them you're doing different things, and they're easily coming to you. You know, with Al, you're just like whoo whoo, and it comes flying towards you. The coffee pot, you're just like, man.
Yeah, this is nothing new for them. They've traveled before. So like the minute you start wrapping them, they know what's happening and they become their inanimate objects again.
But yeah, you're able to get all these homunculi. Now, are they getting the ones in the rooms too, Vash?
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys go into some of these rooms, you can kind of see the degradation of these homunculi over time. The ones that are out in the front are probably the most recent ones that Vash's skill has developed over time to be these great epic items that are living items. But as you go back, like, yeah, some of the things he's calling rabbits, I wouldn't call a rabbit. Like,
no.
Yeah.
No.
And yeah, so as it just degrades in quality as you get to like the final room, and you start picking up items that you start wondering, like, they don't come to life, and you're wondering, is this a homunculi or is this just a broken clock? Like, I don't know if this is, and so you're just packing those up anyway. You're just kind of, by the time you get to the third room, nothing's coming to life really. It's just like, I guess maybe the sock is a homunculi.
Yeah.
You're putting it in a box and just packing it all up.
Yep. Okay.
So
is there anything else you want us to get, Vash?
That's pretty much it. Probably want to grab a couple bottles of water though for the trip.
Sure.
God, I've got so many questions about that. Vash, who paid for your apartment? Do you?
Well, this is actually Yeah, I pay for it pretty much. It's mostly sponsored by my boss or my ex-boss. They were pretty much taking care of it for the time being. So they just pulled out of my paycheck and automatically deposited it, and that's it. That's where I'm here.
Is there anybody else on this floor that you work with?
Oh, I don't know anybody on this floor.
You realize too the size of this apartment, it probably takes up half the floor.
Yeah, it's a big apartment. That's why they don't see anybody walking in and out of the hallways.
So you figured out how to make mechanisms run off of water?
Well, kind of, mostly steam, but yeah.
Steam.
It's an old thing that humans used to use back in a while back. There's a whole movement that happened with that. It's pretty cool. So yeah. Also, I find it's less dangerous than having like gasoline or something volatile like that.
Fair. But these old machines that you speak of that ran off of steam, how well did they move?
Oh, not nearly like mine.
Point being, so you have developed machines, homunculi, animals, what have you. They are mechanisms, after all, that run off of steam that can actually fly and move extremely well.
Yeah. You saw it.
Why the fuck aren't you more rich than you already are?
I don't understand the question.
You could, like, there's money to be had here, good buddy.
I don't really need any.
You do now.
Yeah, probably have to look into that. Oh well, I'll have to find another job. That's fine.
So, moreover anything, what I would like to tell you, Bash, is this is impressive.
Oh, thank you
hiding
very
this
much.
is, I understand, but this is pretty cool, and I'm pretty proud of you for it.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna walk over to the fridge, open up my bag of holding, and dump every single water bottle into my bag.
All of them just all into the bag. Yeah, perfect.
It's the weirdest feeling because you're just like, you're knowing your bag should feel heavier. Like you picked up barrels of water and stuff or tried to before, and this is like you just keep adding and it's just bag doesn't change weight at all.
You also notice that the boxes start rustling. You know how when you shake a bag of treats?
Yeah,
That's literally what you're doing.
That spider.
Yeah, like you
So
literally
should.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Let's go to the hideout.
Yeah. Okay, there's probably just like 2 or 3 boxes that we would need to take if they're stacked properly, because again, there's not that many here. There's usually small homunculi. They're not big ones.
Yeah.
And the broken ones, well, they just stack on top of each other. They're fine.
I would say they're like 3 boxes.
Yeah, like 3 boxes worth.
King Gizzard's easily able to carry 2 of them, and you can carry. Yeah, well, Vash is kind of weak.
I carry 1. Oh yeah, I need help. Yeah, for sure.
So
Vash,
I'll carry.
Is there anything else here you need to get, because you're not coming back?
Kind of just looks around. Nope.
Pieces, parts of anything?
Nope.
Your fancy dancy charger things or whatever you call them for your whirly gigs and shit?
No, most of mine are gone now. So, and usually when you buy them and get the phones back, they come with chargers. So there's really no reason to bring extra ones. And we already have the one that Amber brought. So that's pretty much all I need.
Okay. Say goodbye.
What keys did Vash have on his keeping?
Are you asking Vash?
I'm asking Vash and the GM.
like,
and what did Valerie leave on there?
She didn't take anything off. It literally was just kind of like, give me an insight check, Coley. You saw the video too. Yeah.
19.
Okay. You watching from that video, because you've seen some things and maybe have participated in taking an item or two in your past. That she didn't want to leave behind any necessarily connection to this apartment and take anything with her unless she absolutely had to. Which was like the computer. She was taking that because she didn't know how to wipe it or anything like that, and she needed to take that away. But she also wanted to make it look like maybe Vash just kind of left one day. And so just threw the keys there behind, so because she didn't need them, didn't care anymore about that, and headed out to leave it behind, kind of a thing. So that was your feeling there of like she literally was like maybe has had to do cleanup of somebody before, and so just kind of came in, was going to take care of getting the information, and was getting the hell out of there, kind of a thing. So there was nothing else. I mean, you look around this apartment, it's minimalist, right? So all it was like, if you didn't know the homunculi were homunculi, it was just random junk around the apartment, a couch, coffee table, and a computer desk with a big ass computer and some monitors. Mm-hmm. And so for her, it was just like, didn't even look like there was anything to rummage or anything. And even like the camera deal, you're looking around, you didn't see any cameras. Like Vash was good at hiding those cameras. So it was just kind of like, all right. And so she was just kind of like, toss it, locked the door, walked out and shut it behind her. So it looked like maybe Vash was just like, I'm done here, I'm going somewhere else, and leaving him behind, kind of a thing. So Vash, on your keys, what keys do you know you have? And then
I sent you the list.
Oh, did you?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You think I didn't know what keys I had? I got a list of keys.
Let me see what list of keys you see.
There are 5 keys on his keyring.
There's 6 keys on your keyring.
6 keys on my keyring.
Okay.
Minus 4.
Go ahead and tell them what your 6 keys are.
So,
or your 5 keys, and I'll tell
the 5 keys. You tell them the 6 keys. Okay. So of the keys, I have 1 key that is a storage unit key, 1 key that is a bike lock key, 2 USB keys, and then his house key. And then I have my 6th key.
And Vash, that 6th key is the key that allows you to work the elevators inside of... It's an emergency override key for the elevators inside of Dick Strongthorn's office complex. So you can't get in and out of the building with the badge and get around, but you have that key that it's like a... it's like the fireman key for the elevator.
Yeah.
So, you guys are leaving the apartment?
Okay, well, I'm just going to ask Vash about the keys.
Yeah, so that's... And Vash just just tells you what the keys are. Not trying to hide anything, just these are my keys.
So you actually have the elevator key?
Yeah, it's interesting that she didn't take that. But yeah.
Sure is. Okay. Well, that I think is something that we can kind of keep in our back pocket until we're ready to use it.
I usually keep them in my backpack. I don't really have back pockets.
Vash, what do you think we should do next?
Take my cats to the hideout. I don't think that they would be very good traveling companions. As one of the boxes just...
maybe give them some water when you get there, because they're all pissed.
They're mad. Like, and Amber took all the snacks, and they're like, wait a second, where are our treats?
Vash, you said that there is a storage unit key.
Yes.
Is there anything that Valerie might have wanted from there? Was she aware of your storage unit?
Nothing that I can think of.
What you got in your storage unit?
Just some stuff that I had when I was first here.
That sounds interesting.
First in the apartment or first in New York City?
Oh, when I got to New York City, I did have. There was some stuff that had made it through when I got here, so um, it was all in kind of like a pile. So I don't really know what it does. So I just kind of got it and had it shifted to a storage unit. That way, I didn't have to worry about it in case I needed it.
That was very smart, Vash.
Thanks. I didn't really want to leave it out in the open. Who knows? Someone might have hurt themselves.
Let's get
So-
back to that.
Would have been a met.
So at this point, Gizzard just put the boxes he was carrying down because he had a thought. Bash, you have cameras?
Yeah.
We're taking them.
Oh. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me just. Amber, can I get a bottle of water, please?
Oh, yeah, sure. Just reach in the bag, scrounge around because they're slippery.
Yep. And and Bash has no clue. He just picks it up and is okay. And then he just kind of turns around into the house and he unhits the cap. And 7 creatures from all the corners come flying down to him and are just sitting there flapping. And they look like little tiny birds with wings with big focal lenses for faces. And they're just sitting there. And they're just floating, waiting.
So
And Vash goes, well, I can't really put you guys in. 1, 2. Yeah, that's all of you guys. They'll have to hold on. So then he reaches out, takes his empty backpack in here, and they all just kind of like, come on. And then they all go in, and he kind of just sets the bottle of water in there and then zips up the bag and just kind of just holds it for a second. Okay, we can go.
You're going to leave them behind?
Well, they're just the camera ones. So I thought that if I left them there, if I ever had to come and check to see what was happening in the apartment or if someone came back, we would know. They're very difficult to see. They're very small.
Vash,
Yes.
before we walk out of this apartment, are there any other homunculuses
Homunculi.
here?
I don't think so. Usually the bottle of water would usually send them all running. So if they haven't come out now, they probably won't.
you see the fridge start to. No, I'm sorry.
That one's not mine. That one's not mine. Run.
The stove.
Everybody get out. No, I think that's all of them.
Okay. Well, then I think it's time to get all of you moved into your new home.
Okay.
Perfect. So you
The
guys,
cook room of our abandoned warehouse.
yeah, you guys
We get
head
to
out.
groove.
You get back to the hideout, and we're gonna say, for the most part, that's nothing more for tonight. We'll start the next session the next day, but you all go to
Thank
sleep.
God.
But we have one last thing to do before this session is done. And Frankie, I need you to roll me a d20, just straight d20.
Just for funsies?
Just
No.
for
Funsies. Yeah.
I don't know that it is funsies with what I've been rolling tonight. A 5.
Okay.
Don't say K like that.
Now you're dead.
As you fall asleep that night, you go deep into your dreams. And once again, you start to dream, and there's this haze, this distance, and in the distance is a figure, like last time, where you can feel their presence, but they're always too far away from you to actually see them, but you know they're there. But this time, whereas the last one was light and felt like a being of light, this is the exact opposite. You just feel a darkness that is calling to you and drawing you to itself. But as you try to fight it, but at the same time move towards it, it's always out of reach. It's always out of focus. It's always outside of that complete perception of what it is or what it isn't. And you wake up the next morning. And that's where we will end tonight's session. All right. Thank you for everyone watching all the places, even though TikTok stopped or whatever. Until next time, thank you for watching.